Hello everyone, it is Code back, coming at you with Starfall Season 2's news. With the first week of Starfall Season 2 wrapping up, there has been a lot going on, and here I am going to tell it all to you. The first story has to deal with the massive influx of new players. Starting off Season 2, we had 2,151 players. Within the first week, we've got 2,282 players. That's a nearly 130 player increase in a week. Our next story is a little mini treasure hunt that happened the day after Season 2 started. Treasure was hidden outside of spawn within each 1,000 by 1,000 quadrant. And within just half an hour of the announcement, all 4 of them were already found. Our next story is of the Illager event that happened yesterday. Vagel, the Lord of Winter, subjugated all the villagers throughout the server, and players fought ferociously for 40 plus minutes to go on ahead and defeat Vagel. In the end, Vagel was finally defeated, the villagers freed, and the title of hero going to Laughter. Our next story covers a nation in turmoil after a falling out with the army and their leader getting banned. The Magnum Republic was the first nation to be established in Season 2. The turmoil began when Chance and the Ordinal Blades chose to split paths from the Magnum Republic to pursue their own interests. Shortly after the departure of Chance and the Ordinal Blades, the Magnum Republic's leader unfortunately got banned. But after talking with one of the current leaders of the Magnum Republic, they gave this statement. The Republic recently faced a tragic loss after losing our military and old leader, but we don't plan on giving up so easily. The Magnum Republic will undergo new rebranding and will have a stronger focus on peace and prosperity over power and greed. We have spent the days following these incidents meticulously planning out governmental officials and policies while finding a new location for this nation to reside. We firmly believe King Weakness will be able to save our great nation from this turmoil. Our next story is of the nation Braidaria, and how they're rebranding to the Lexiconate of Alphabetria. During an interview with Slinky, the nation's current leader, I asked a few questions, first of which being, originally you started off as Braidaria. Is there any particular reason why you decided to change? Slinky responded with, I felt new season, new nation, and Braidaria was very themed around the idea behind the USSR, except put in a hot place, rather than a cold place, and also with the rise in digital currency within the server, true communism wouldn't really work. I then asked, what made you choose to base off the Mongols? The response I got was, because I've always been inspired by the Mongolian Empire's ability to survive in the steppe of Asia with practically nothing. I also had the whole lexicon idea for ages. The next question I asked was, you said your nation has a mutualist ideology. What made you choose that as your ideology out of the hundreds of different ideologies you could have chosen from? The response I got was, I still like the idea of more socialist leftism, as I believe and have seen hyper-capitalist nations just never work. The next question I asked was, how do you plan to interact with other nations of the server? Do you plan to be more helpful towards other nations, or getting into conflicts with them? The response I received was, if I Choose wasn't banned, Alphabetria and Magnus would likely have a FMA. As in the past, we have been very close with Magnus Township, being a vassal of Braidoria. But overall, I would say we would still go ahead with the planned nether highways to connect all the nations of Starfall. It was planned last season but never put into effect. But aside from that, we would stay neutral. The final question I asked was, do you plan on working with other nations on major projects, such as your nether highways? To which the response was, we would probably ask them to help build their end of it, and any future nation would likely be expected to join it themselves, with resources from Alphabetria or the fund I plan on making. Other than that, nether highways are no at the moment. Upon asking for a final remark, Slinky said, free I choose. Our next story has to deal with the gambling island. formed by Bellicious. It's a cozy island where you can just go on ahead and gamble everything. Your life, your savings, whatever. We have another town as well forming around the same time, known as the Aesir, based on the Norse gods. Their plans are just to bring some conflict to the server. Our next story has to deal with some player-led things. First up is a trading post. If you've got something to sell or are looking to buy, go to the trading post. Using the trading post, you can go on ahead and find someone who's wanting to buy or sell something, and you can get it from them. Next up, have you ever dreamed of performing under the spotlight? But that dream always felt a bit too out of your reach, or maybe you just want to unwind somewhere. Then come to the Crepuscule Theater. We host talent shows, award ceremonies, other things here and there. But most importantly, plays, shows, which will be written by our scriptwriters and put on stage with the help of our technicians, stage managers, designers, and other members of staff. They plan on hosting a talent show shortly after construction's finished. Our final bit of player-led things, Top Dog News, the newest news agency in Starfall, using only trusted sources. They've already reported on their first story, Animal Killer on the Loose. Be sure to check them out whenever you're in the Starfall Discord server. Finally, for this week, we've had talks of patch notes and data packs being added, and some also possible future add-ons. The patch notes are: daily quest rewards will be doubled from $15 to $30. More daily quests will be added. Maximum amount of chunks bought will be increased from 32 to 64. This will increase as the season progresses. Cap on claims will be removed. More quest lines will be added around spawn and other areas for you to obtain money. Villager trading has been added. You can lead villagers around with emerald block. Fixed nameplate colors. Fixed villager breeding. Fixed claim default. Updated everyone's claims to match new defaults. If you configured flags or settings yourself, you may have to check them in /claim. Added quests. Fixed quests. Added anti-X-ray. Added auction house. Added /trade. Added fancy tab menu. Updated kits to new digital economy. Decreased chunk cost multiplier from 1.08 down to 1.04. No refunds. TPA is now instant, no standstill cooldown. New data packs were added, such as Anti-Creeper, Enderman, and Ghast Grief. Cauldron Concrete. Fast leaf decay. Glass always drops. There are a couple of possible add-ons for the future, such as a karma system or bounties. But that's Starfall Season 2's first week of news. Tune in next week to hear what else comes along. If you wish to join Starfall, the links to the Discord are in the server alongside the IP. Please support by leaving a like and also subscribing. Thank you for watching.